FERPA and okay, to make sure it's
Sorry for that.
FERPA. That's okay. FERPA and COPA compliant. One of those is that you do not have the student's entire name. Another is that anything that goes out to the parents is approved by the principal. And another one is there's no communication whatsoever between donors and students. And so this goes with all of these requirements for FERPA and COPA. It's easy, as you see on this, you can just press the button, make a donation, and then it'll pop up. You can donate with a credit card, a debit card. It just makes it so simple. And the beauty of this is this whole fundraiser with an email going to the parent can be done on their cell phone and shared on their cell phone. And we all know that cell phones are so very, very popular. Of course, we use them all the time. You can also watch your results daily. Parents can log in, watch their students' donations, how they're going. It will make a list of their donors, listing like their top 10 donors. If they want to have a little friendly competition between grandparents, it also lists the top participants in the school, the top groups in the school, which is quite nice too if you have some teachers who like to have friendly competition. We also, during the reading rally, when the parents log on each day, there is a button that they can look up the reading challenge for the day. And the reading challenge is like a 1-minute cartoon video that the children can look at. And really, the teachers could show it in their classroom each day, just in case some of the children's parents don't have cell phones. And it's a very cute video, and it just may say something like, okay, kids, tonight we're going to, we'd like for you to read to your favorite stuffed animal. And it's, like I said, it's a cartoon, and it's a wheel that spins, and there's 10 different challenges throughout the reading rally that the children can participate in. Now, the other thing I love about this is they do not have to read a certain number of books. They do not have to read a certain number of pages. They just read 10 extra minutes per day. And the classrooms will have a money meter and a reader meter. And the teachers can fill this in as they read their 10 minutes per day. And so we recommend that the teachers have a time that they say stop, drop, and read. And that would connect to their reading meter, and they can fill out the 10 minutes. As you see, Melanie has on here, the students also receive awards. And there are awards bands that the students receive as they have donations. There's a report that goes to the person helping out at the school, making it very simple to pass these bands out. And as the students collect more money, they earn more bands, and it's a lot of fun. In addition to that, they receive prizes, and those prizes come at the end of the sale. And so once we know how much is donated for each student, then those prizes would come in labeled by student, and they would be passed out like about a week or a week and a half after the reading rally has been completed. Excuse me. With the teachers' reward meter, we have suggestions on the back that gives the teachers ideas of things they can offer to promote the reading rally, and things like If they reach $200 in donations, they may have a music hour or a movie hour. There's lots of different things, a free time, crazy sock day, pencil wiggle party, just different things like that. And then we also have suggestions for the entire school, things that they could do if the goal is reached in the reading rally. The other wonderful thing is, with all of the prizes are taken care of, the web page is taken care of, all of the donations are handled online, and the school makes a 70% profit, which is a great profit for a fundraiser. And also, if you have corporate donors, you can check the corporate donor match program. And if their corporation is listed on this and they are matching donations, you receive 100% of that corporate match with that donation. Let's see. My bookkeeper at Eglin said, I just loved it because I could open my phone every morning and see where we were on the fundraiser. I knew how much we had in donations, and I could tell how much we were going to make there. Of course, the principal was super excited because when I actually took the check to them, she said, Angie, this was so late in the year, I never thought you'd bring us an $8,000 check. And really, that was not a huge reading rally. There are reading rallies that do 25, 50. They have them that do 70,000. Some of these are in California, and they are some of the schools that this guy I'm working with is working with. And so I was just so excited about this. And the principals I've talked to have been excited too, because it does promote literacy, but also earns money for the school. So if
Can I?
yes, do you have any questions?
I thought I would interject that West Pensacola Elementary, and for those that do not know where that school is, it is over on the west side off of Lillian and 49th, I think. But it's on 49th, I know. But it's way over there, and it's small. They did it late this year, but they incorporated it with their other reading program that called One Book, where the whole school's reading a book. So because the whole school was reading the same book, they already were going to be reading that 10 minutes a day. So they incorporated the reading rally with it. And they have a small population, and they made like $3,700 in April, which for that school, we were really excited over, again, so late in the year. So the kids loved it. I think everybody else loved it. The only comment we got was that if we could have shown the kids what prizes they were getting, we may have gotten a little bit more participation, because they thought the prizes were good, but they weren't sure what to tell the kids. So that was a growing pain that I've already discussed with Angie. But yeah, they seem to really like it, and it helps with the elementary level through. I think Angie and I discussed 6th grade. West Pensacola is actually one of the pilot schools that's going to have a 6th grade next year. So they're going to stretch that if they do it again next year, which I hope they do. But I just wanted to interject that for West Pensacola, making $3,700 on a single fundraiser was a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I also, in talking with my mentor in California, he told me he does a lot of middle schools, which
Does he?
yeah, so that was interesting too. And he said they're very successful as well. So it can be done in middle school too.
And you had asked if anybody had questions before I started talking, so we'll throw it back to questions.
Okay.
Savannah, you look like you have a question. Okay.
How long does the reading rally last? Is it 1 week, 2 weeks?
It lasts 2 weeks, 10 school days. And so we have the 10 reading challenges, which keep the excitement going. And the kickoff is actually a video too. And if you wanted to see one of those reading challenges, you can go to my website at tntfundraising.com and click on Reading Rally up at the top. And then just scroll down a little bit and you'll see Reading Challenge and you'll be able to watch that. It's very short, but just enough to keep the students excited about it.
Okay. Well, Angie, we want to thank you for bringing that to us. And I thought it was a very worthy fundraiser to present on top of the next boring topic of audits. So we do appreciate your time. And I'm sure,
Okay.
do you want me to share your email with the group here today?
Yes,
and
please share my email and my phone number, and they can call me or text me if they want some more information. And even if they want information on our cookie dough or Charleston wrap or Sminsels or candy, anything they'd like to have information on, I could actually send them some information. So
Savannah has a question.
I did have a
yes.
question. We're outside of the other fundraisers that you were talking about. You said that they were online. Are those direct to the person, like shipped from the company to?
Yes.
So there's no school pickup?
No. And
Okay.
our schools have loved that because it really cuts down on the amount of product delivered to the school that has to be passed out to the parents. And it's amazing. But people are accustomed to shopping at Amazon now. And so they love shopping online for a fundraiser too.
I agree
Yeah.
100%. So there is no like in-person order form, correct?
Okay, I have for instance, with Charleston, you can do a traditional sale if you do it by a certain date, which would include counting money. But we do something called a semi-virtual, and all of the students receive a lookbook, and everything is placed online and everything is shipped to the customer. And with the cookie dough, of course, you have to deliver cookie dough to the school. But a large portion of that is like with the school I had mentioned, they did 50,000, 25 was online, 25 was in hand. And so it works out very nicely. And what school were you with, Samantha?
I'm with Jim Bailey, middle.
Okay, great.
And that's Savannah.
Oh, Savannah. Okay.
I do it all the time too. Savannah.
Sorry about that.
I'm so
I
used to
know
it.
NB Cook had a Samantha. And
Yeah, Samantha's on the call.
Oh, okay. Hey, Samantha.
And I forgot that West Pensacola also did y'all's Christmas store. And they did well on the Christmas store too.
She was very surprised because that's usually not huge, is because the children are buying gifts for their parents and they're very inexpensive. But it was a great thing for West Pensacola because the items are inexpensive and the children enjoy it so much. So we have schools that do that as a service and some that do it as a fundraiser, but it's just a lot of fun, the kids corner.
Okay. Well, I have posted the I'm not sure who this person is. Okay. Posted her website link, and if I don't send out the contact information, scream at me. We will,
Well,
if it's okay, if there's no more. Oh, Miss Walker, were you going to say something?
Whoopsie. I don't know. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't have anything to say. I was going to ask if the fundraiser with the reading was available for middle school, since it was a lot of talk about cartoons and things like that. I'm not sure if my kids would really be into that, but I'll take a look at it. But that's all I was going to say.
This little guy that does the reading challenge has a little goatee, and middle schoolers do like this little guy. He's kind of cute and he's popular. So, but good question. Thank you so much. Yeah. And Melanie, thank you for having me and everyone. And if you, like I said, if you'd like to speak further, I'd be happy to do that and send information to you or give you a call or whatever.
Great. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was Erica. Hey, Erica. You had some weird name up there.
I know. I'm sorry. I did not have my life together. I was like, I joined with a weird name and I just realized I was on mute. I apologize, guys.
That's okay. I just worry about somebody getting the link and I'm like, okay, are they fixing to do something we don't want to see? So glad it's you.
Yeah, sorry. It was like my default, my name. I've had this phone for so long. Anyways, that was embarrassing. Hi, guys.
That's all right. Okay. So we just finished our presentation with Angie. Did you want to add anything, Erica, seeing how Erica's the president at West Pensacola Elementary PTA? Did you want to add anything about your experience with Reading Rally?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know sorry I was running late, but I don't know everything that y'all covered, but it was a really good experience. It was honestly like the easiest fundraiser that we ran the whole year. It was really cool because some of the kids got competitive with each other with, like, I guess the funders did. And so we were able to raise a lot more money than I was expecting. And we ended up giving back the money to the teachers so they could use it for like classroom supplies or like the end of the year parties. So that was really nice. And they were really appreciative of that. Like, I know my daughter's class got, I think like her teacher ended up getting like a $900 check. So that was just, something super special. But you could definitely even just like make money for the PTA too doing it, or even like, do like 50 for you and 50 for the teachers. But it was super easy. It just required like sharing the links out, and the teachers could hype up the parents. And then I think every other day I went and delivered the little bands that they have. And so then the kids started to kind of collect them. And of course that was always, they'd be like, what's that? How much did you sell? So it kind of created some competitiveness with the students as well. So that's kind of all I have.
Thank you, Erica. Okay, so who's ready to talk about audits? So y'all all should have gotten a email from Florida PTA, and I'm trying to find share screen again, on the new template for audits, with a new instruction guide, which is not, this is something new they have not updated in a while. So I'm not going to sit here and read this to you, but if you didn't get the email, just send me an email and I will get it out to you. The president and treasurer for sure should have received it. I think all officers did. So the biggest thing that they wanted you to notice is what they put in red, obviously. And current PTA members, I will expand on that. It doesn't even necessarily mean PTA members at your school, but that's normally who you reach out to be an auditor. But if for some reason you can't find anybody and you have a friend that's a PTA in another school and she has somebody that will do the audit for you or whatever, or be part of your committee, you can do that. Your audit committee is supposed to be appointed usually by your board and appropried by the president, approved by the board type thing. And you should have 3 auditors at least. Yeah, that's right there. So I can't read. So you have to wait after June 30th for the closeout of the fiscal year. While they're actually doing the audit, which should only take about an hour, you cannot spend any money during that hour. But once it's signed, sealed, and delivered, so to speak, you can start spending money again. So after you do your audit, you submit it to Florida PTA at it's audit@floridapta.org. You can also upload it to your member hub documents if you'd like. And at your first general meeting, you're supposed to present it to your membership saying that your audit was completed and accepted by Florida PTA. If there's anything wrong with it, Florida PTA will send you back an email with ideas or how to fix it usually. If you have any questions, you can contact us at County Council, or you are free to contact Florida PTA directly if you would prefer to do that. That's perfectly fine. Florida PTA's state office is there to assist not only county councils, but also local units. But please reach out to us first. It just gives us something to do, and we get to talk to you. So we like to do that. Let's see. Your audit's due by August 31st of each year. If you have not done your audit for this past year and I get the dates all wrong, for 22-23, then please email me and let's see what we can do about that so we can get that done and then go on to this year's audit. Before we get to the form, as soon as you submit your 990, you can go onto the IRS website. And as soon as you submit your audit, you can go on the IRS website and do your 990 form. Most of our PTAs make under 50,000. So you could do a 990N and it takes less than 10 minutes. You punch in, verifying you made less than 50,000. You answer all those little questions. That doesn't take long. What takes long is you have to wait exactly 7 minutes to get the acceptance from IRS. And it is exactly 7 minutes. I tried 6:59 and it didn't work. So you got to wait that 7 minutes. And so then when you get your 990, you send a copy to Florida PTA also. I do want to backtrack a little bit. No, never mind. That's all right. We'll leave it there. So you don't have to wait till November 15th is my point. You don't have to wait till October, November to do it. I like to tell the local units, go ahead and get this administrative stuff out of the way. So when school starts, you can focus on doing stuff for the students, for the children and their families. Get it done, out of mind, and you're home free for the rest of the year. So that's my 2 cents worth and my advice. So the rest of this is just a step-by-step kind of guide for your audit. which I will scroll through. We're fixing to go look at that form in just a minute. The other thing is that you cannot do electronic signatures. You're going to have to write your name and then scan it or take a picture of it and send it to Florida PTA. Any questions so far? Did I go too fast? Okay, so here's the new form. I will be honest, I have not looked to see what they changed. I think they took some stuff out of this section. Can y'all see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay. So this section looks smaller to me. I have not compared them, so I'll be honest, it's the first time I've really sat down and stared at this. I've looked at it, tossed it aside. So you're going to fill this all out. Your audit contact person is usually somebody that's doing the audit, or it could be your treasurer. I just remembered that your president and treasurer during the audited time, for instance, your president and treasurer for 22, 23, 22, 23. Well, no, this year is 23, 24. I told you I'd get messed up on the years. Your president and treasurer on 23, 24 cannot be part of the audit committee. No one that's handled money can be part of the audit committee. Your incoming president and your incoming treasurer, as long as they did not handle money during the audited year, they can be on the audit committee. They can't be a bank signer and they can't have handled money. It's usually the only time an incoming president and treasurer can do an audit, because the year that they're actually president and treasurer, they tend to handle money. So this is all filled in the blanks, and what your current treasurer should do is make sure that all of these items are in the treasurer book. She should have a physical treasurer book that you go through and you look for all the financial statements, checkbook and checkbook register with running balance. I have an issue still with that because I don't do a running balance on my personal checkbook. So that, there's that. Ledger book is just your Excel spreadsheet or whatever, and on down. They are requiring proof of PTA insurance. I think I missed something last year because 2 years ago, Florida PTA said insurance is not required. Now it tends to look like insurance is required. So if the treasurer book has none of these, then of course you wouldn't check it. So you'll go through those, and you should, if any of these things are missing, you should do a write-up. And there is a template on how to do a write-up. But basically, you just put down, this treasurer did not have proof of PTA insurance. We advise them to please put a copy in the treasurer book for next year. Sorry, Savannah, I could not see. So go ahead.
I was just going to say that every PTA in Escambia County should have insurance. It is a requirement with the county if we're going to host school events on property.
Right, and that is something that they also just changed at district level. And I have not been briefed on that. I hope to do so this week, or as soon as I can get into a district admin and have them brief me on it. But thank you for that. Yes. So insurance is now required. And you have to put the school district as a rider on your insurance, is what I just found out too. But I'm hoping to get more information and maybe host a Zoom on that too, or at least send out an email, because Savannah or Sam or anybody, has anybody received any direction from the district to the PTA on these changes?
I did not personally. It came through Savannah Spears when she was trying to host her
Right.
family fun day in the spring. We did hear about it. All the schools are supposed to be using Facilitron now. So when
Yeah,
we
and
were going to host our 8th grade dance, it was a requirement, and we weren't able to move forward with anything until all required documents were uploaded, including the adding of the district onto the insurance.
so this is where I think some information fell through the cracks, because I've heard that Facilitron has come about. The districts in South and Central Florida have been using it for years. But from my understanding, no local unit PTA president has a clue that change has happened unless their principal has told them. There's nothing that's been given to the county council to push down to the local units, and I hope to change that real fast as soon as I can get somebody's attention on the 4th floor downtown.
With that, it was only through my principal, I learned that it came through in April. So I think it's supposed to start going into effect for this upcoming school year. Because
Perfect.
she didn't know much about Facilitron, and then we had to finagle some stuff for like events that we were already hosting, like our STEM Plus Families event.
You were able to do your events though, right?
Yes.
Good. Rodney, and I'm not going to throw you on the spot. If you want to stay mute on being a IT person at the district, that's fine. But do you have anything to add?
I only learned about the Facilitron back in April as well, when they were explaining it to all of the principals at the principals meeting, when they had it at the bank.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're all in the
But
dark,
I
right?
wasn't paying much attention as to how it operated. I
Okay.
was too busy trying to get the principals to get online so that they can
Gotcha.
look at it.
Thank you, Rodney.
It is very easy. Just expect for all PTAs to have additional costs for events at the school, because it does put in janitorial costs, like a rental fee. Like if you do not have a great relationship with your principal, you may end up having to pay a rental fee.
Okay.
And depending on the space, it can change. Like our gym is $450, but our principal likes us, so that was waived.
So that is one of the part of the conversation that I'm going to have with top management, is if PTAs are going to be starting to be charged to use the facilities, then we may lose some PTAs. The whole point of well, not the whole point, but part of the point of PTA is to get family engagement in the schools. So you want them to come to the schools. You want them to see the schools. You want them to be comfortable doing that. You want the PTA to hold events at the school. But if it becomes cost prohibitive for the PTA, then they're going to go do it at the park down the street or something that doesn't cost. So yeah, that's a conversation that I've already have thought of having, and to see how we can handle that, because our PTAs, a lot of them don't make that much money. Go ahead, Savannah.
Sorry. One
No,
other
you're
thing
fine.
for everybody to, just for those who haven't used it yet, depending on the size of your event and the demographics of where your school is located, you may be required to pay for the police being present,
Security
just like at I
or
forgot
actual
the
police.
we can use our resource officers, but otherwise they recommend having like actual police officers present. So just like any school sporting events, like school dances, for those of you who are in the middle school and high school levels, school dances will be required to have police present, which their fee is $40 an hour.
So let me ask you this. Does this apply to events that happen during the school day, or only to events that are after the school day?
We aren't allowed to have events during the school day, so I don't have an answer to that.
Okay. Well, we'll move on, and I will just tell y'all that I am going to try to find as much information as I can, and I will definitely send it out by email. So if you know any other PTA units and they ask you, just tell them the information's coming. I actually have a meeting with the superintendent one day this week. I think it's Thursday. And then with the deputy superintendent in July, the earliest I could get in to see her. And I understand that she's handling basically the Facilitron issue. But hopefully the superintendent will have shed some light on it for us. I do see it as a big issue for PTAs, and I'm going to address that. I'm also going to reach out to some of the other county council presidents who have been, their counties, the school districts have been using Facilitron, and see how it works for them, see how they have managed with it. And so I will compile all that and get it out to all the presidents as soon as possible.
Hey, Melanie, I think so. I was at the school with the district engineer at one point, and she our facilities, and from what she was saying was that Facilitron was mostly supposed to be used for like the churches that like rent out the schools, or like organizations not related to the school that are using like our facilities. So I don't know if you can like leverage that, you know, and just kind of use that to our advantage and say we're kind of like part of the school in a way. I don't know if that would help, but I think
heard
from
that.
my understanding, it was supposed to only charge like outside organizations.
Right. And I've heard that. And if the principals don't get that information concisely, then they're not sure what to do. So there's a lot of communication and information that needs to be given. And it is summer and it is new. And I'm hoping that information is being given. But yes, I had heard that, hey, if it's PTA, then the fees should be waived. But I have not heard that officially. So stay tuned is all I can say. And like Savannah said, it could be that if the principal really loves the PTA, then he's not going to charge that person. But here's my other caveat. The principal has to be on board in order for the PTA to be on campus. So he should be in love with the PTA, and he should be doing everything. And I say he loosely because it's a lot of women too. So I should say they, right? They should be doing everything they can to reduce the cost of the PTA. So our funds that we raise go to our children and our families, because that is our mission, is to help our children and families. So I already got a somewhat of an elevator speech going, and we're going to see how this pans out. I do know that the superintendent is a fair man. I truly believe that. So I think he will try to find a way to make it work the best for all parties. Okay. So moving on. The next step is you put down the beginning check and the ending check. You have to have the previous year's audit in order to do this line. So if you do not have that audit, and you can again email audit@floridapta.org and say, hey, I can't find my 22-23 audit, and I'm trying to do my 23-24 audit. Can you please send me a copy? And they will. So when you get down here, the biggest thing is line 5 must balance out to line 8. That is what this is all about. So that's your goal, is to make those two lines equal. Double check any outstanding checks. And then we have page 2. they have definitely changed this because this part used to be on page 2. Cool. So page 2, you're saying that you're either made 50,000 or less or more, and what form of your 990 you filed last year. They actually are only asking the 990 EZ and the 900. The 990 EZ is for 50,000 and above, and the 900 I think is for 200,000 and above.
Jeez.
Yeah, we don't do this one here. We do have a couple that do the 990 EZ, and it's a 3-year average. As you see here, I will say that over half of our PTAs just do the 990 in, and they're not even asking about that here. So those questions tell you whether you're going to answer these questions. So section B is another question on whether what if the treasurer did their job, basically. So if you have any no's in this column, again, you would do a write-up of we suggest that the PTA use cash verification forms or cash count sheets because we didn't see any, that type of thing. And you would just attach it to the audit when you send it in. Then down at the bottom is you should pick one of those, and let's see. This is new too. I guess you can put a copy of the June 30th bank statement on there. I'm not sure if that's required. I don't think it is. Huh. Maybe it is. I guess I would attach it anyway. I'll try to find that out. Sorry, I should have brushed up on this new form because that's new. Samantha, do you have any idea whether you have to add a copy of the?
It seems like you
last bank
do
statement?
because on the other one it says if applicable.
Yeah, not on this one.
I would attach it. It seems like that reads
Yeah.
required.
Yeah. Okay. So now you have to add a copy of the June 30th bank statement and then your audit findings and recommendations if you have any. So you're going to be sending them 3 to 4 sheets, I think. So then you can hire an auditor or CPA to do this and pay the money, but believe me, if it's under $50,000, I really don't think you need to. And before you hire an auditor or CPA, please contact County Council because we can help you with your audit. We can meet up with you. We can even help you get your audit done if you can't find people to be auditors. We have done that before. We have what we call an audit party, and look for that email coming in August. Audit party where you either bring your 3 auditors down because y'all have questions, or you don't have 3 auditors and you need help. You want to get your audit done. So we can help you. So please do not stress, do not spend a penny on this until you contact us and let us guide you through whether you actually need to spend any money to get your audit done. So, any questions? Did that help anybody or confuse you? I guess the biggest question is, did everybody, or did the principals and treasurers that are on the call, did y'all see this email with this audit form, or do I need to make sure I send it out to everybody again?
I know we got a copy of it.
It went out at the
Okay.
beginning of June, so it took me a little while to find it.
Okay. Ariel, are you still here? Do you know if you got yours in your email?
Hey,
Okay.
it's Elizabeth. I don't think I, excuse me, I don't think I received the email, but I'm not sure if I was supposed to receive it.
I'll have to check to see. I thought they sent it out to all officers. They may not have sent it to the 24-25 officers yet. They just concentrated on the 23-24. So I'll have to double check. It definitely should have gone to the treasurer, which would have been Jimmy or Linda.
I'll look for it.
I know you've been on vacation.
Yeah,
All the forms are on the Florida PTA website too, right?
Yes, they are.
Mhm.
You can go to floridapta.org and go to running your PTA and you can find the forms there. So Sarah, you have something in the chat that says no one had ever told me. What does that mean?
Oh, that was when you were talking earlier about the having to have the insurance, the new form to fill out.
Right. Because 2 years ago it was not a requirement. So they've changed something in the year that I was not privy to information.
Yeah, and
So-
I don't remember them getting the word out when you were not there.
Again, I will get all those ducks in a row. But I hope that helped somewhat. And I apologize for not being more informed on the new audit because some of the things threw me for a loop when I saw them. So if you need help getting your PTA unit ID in the instructions, it tells you how to do it. Or you can contact me and I'll get it for you. You can also get it off of Member Hub if you have access to that about this point. So I'll take questions for the next 2 minutes and I'll let y'all go back to your lives. Okay. Uh-oh. Dinner's ready. Where's mine? Where's mine?
I haven't received that email with the audit information, but I think it's probably because I'll be incoming in the role that would have gotten that email, but I'll just get offline with you to get a copy of that over.
Sure thing, Georgia. Your outgoing president has been busy as well. So yeah, we'll get it to you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think y'all all have my email.
Did you see Ariel asked a question in the chat?
Do we have any idea? Oh, I did not see it. Thank you, Sarah. Ariel, usually it's around 360. Savannah, what'd you spend?
Ours was 185.
For the whole year or just for
The
an
whole year.
event?
Nope, for the whole year. That
Oh,
was
wow.
through AIM.
Right. And Ariel, I will send you that information on AIM. I think you can also get that on Florida PTA website. They refer you that's one of the companies and they are a sponsor for their leadership convention coming up. Samantha, what'd y'all spend for insurance at Cook? Do you know?
I think it was about I think what I'm looking at says 510 for the year.
So at West Penn, I checked all the boxes to cover us all, and it was like 360. And so we bought insurance for long leave too, Sarah. It was right at 360, I think.
Yeah, because we got everything. The
Yeah.
180 something must have just been basic.
They just sent us a renewal thing in the mail.
Yeah. So I was wondering the differences in cost, but when I went to look at it for PHS and for West Penn, it was the basic what you had to have, and then what we added on wasn't that much more. So I'd be really interested in knowing if there's a way that we could just spend 100 and whatever you spent. So let me know what you got. And because I think we should all be covered very well. Part of the insurance covers for accidents during your event. Also, it covers you for any allegations for theft or worse, allegations against a child or something. Go ahead, Ben.
I know I've been kind of MIA all summer long, so maybe it's redundant. Do we have like a plan of what programs ECC PTA is going to push? Like, I obviously reflections. And then like, are we doing like a STEM plus families or any of the other programs?
One of the past ECC PTA presidents and Florida PTA president, Cindy Gerhardt, is in town at the moment for a while. And she is the ambassador for Healthy Minds from National PTA's program. So yes, we are planning to put that. And and I haven't even told the board this because I haven't had a chance, but she has agreed to do a class at our upcoming fall training. So there'll be more information on that. As far as the STEM and stuff, I am sitting here hoping that, you get better and come back to us and you can share that.
I should get more information by July 1st. That's my next appointment. So hopefully it
And we're all gonna have our fingers crossed. But yes, I'm hoping to push most of National's programs if possible, but it's going to be hard to do it with a small board. And so I'm trying to find people that like Healthy Minds. You're the chair of Healthy Minds. You learn everything about Healthy Minds. You connect with Cindy Gerhardt. Let's get this pushed out to our schools. And the STEM Plus program, that's your focus, and you get everything and you push that out to the school. You help the local units with it. So that's where we're going with it, or trying to go with it. And we're still, as a board, finding our way. We're
No,
getting
understood.
there. Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was any decisions that had been made yet.
The decisions we have made is we're going to leadership convention in July.
Okay.
And we're going to have fall training in September.
Cool.
Date, hopefully September 14th. Venue to be determined, hopefully by the end of this week.
Okay. If you are having a meeting with the school board, maybe you can find out why my FBI about internet safety fell apart.
Yes.
Because my principal reached out to the district about 20,000 times. She was emailing them once a week, and they just said, "Oh, it's with the executive committee. You'll get an update soon." And we never got anything. So I
send me an email
for that contact, and then
send me an email.
I will. And then, do you know if any of my feeder schools will be PTAs next year?
Pleasant Grove has not told me they're changing. So I was going to hop on her meeting, but she changed it to the same time that I'm having county council meeting on July 15th at 7 o'clock. I think I put it down as is our next general meeting. Sorry. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Where we will just going to, right now, the only thing on the agenda is voting on the bylaws that were changes that were announced last month, or earlier this month, I should say, on June 10th.
Did is there any update on Caro? I know they had their meeting, but I don't know if it went anywhere after that.
I've got to reach out to Caro or get my VP to reach out to Caro. I haven't heard from them. Was it them or Pleasant Grove that we're talking about leaving PTA?
Both. They both had a meeting.
Okay.
And then I didn't know if Blue Angel, those are Myrtle Grove, Blue Angel, Pleasant Grove, and Helen Caro are my 4 feeder schools. So I didn't.
So Myrtle Grove is fine. I think they're okay. And Blue Angels, I guess president and treasurer are going to leadership convention.
Okay.
So they should be okay too then. But yes, I think they're staying.
Okay. That is helpful because I would like to get a meeting with them to kind of plan our West Side fundraiser, try to do a fundraiser that involves all of the schools.
So my
Just-
little connection cafe coffee shop chats, I want to find someplace toward the west side to do the next one.
Okay.
Will you think about it and send me some ideas?
We got a Starbucks now. That's where we do a lot of our
wow.
meetings. So
Big
it's right
time.
there in the parking lot of Walmart and Target, like right across from Target.
On Blue
There's
Angel?
also, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I
That's
don't know
right,
how
go
to
ahead,
get
Liz.
my hand on my phone. There's also the Drowsy Poet over here on the west side, on Navy.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that because it's past my zip code. Never.
Okay. Send me ideas and I'll schedule it because what we've been doing, well, we only had one and it was on a Wednesday from 9 to 12. And even though I will be honest, we had two officers from Pine Meadow come, I still consider it a success because we had a very nice chat with them. So, if one person shows up, it's a success. So I'm going to schedule that and seeing how you will probably be involved. Would you prefer it on a Saturday because you were still working?
Fridays are good. We just closed Fridays for the summer. So
Okay. Cool.
Fridays are good for me. Or Saturday. I just a lot of the demographics on my side of town has a lot of working parents now. But a lot of the businesses over here are closed on Fridays too. So
okay. So I'll plan it. And we've run over our hour time. I'm sorry. If y'all need to go, please go. I meant to say that. But I'm enjoying chatting with y'all, and that was the whole purpose of part of this meeting was to chat. So but yeah, another connection cafe coming soon to the west side. See, I haven't forgotten you.
West Side.
I know it. I know it's an hour's drive to get downtown, so we're gonna go to you.
I appreciate
There's a lot of schools out there. It only makes sense.
Well, and now that TNT fundraising, that might be an option just for us. In-person pickups, especially. I don't know why over on this side of town nobody wants to do the in-person pickups, but I think it's because we're spoiled because we were so spread out during COVID that nobody wants to get close to anybody.
Right. True.
We had a hard time with in-person too.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let y'all go because I think my dinner is ready. And y'all shout out to us if you need us and we'll be in touch. And thank you
Thanks,
all
Melanie.
for joining us tonight. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.